If you don't have Return to Nukem High, aka Volume 2 in your collection, then you need to get on that because your copy of Return to Horror High needs a new neighbor. Witness this epic battle to eliminate the most corrupt evil forces of Tromaville and around the world. You can get this double-disc Blu-ray set today at tromadirect.com, which contains a feature-length making-of documentary, interviews, and more. Plus, not only can you see the film by subscribing to Troma Now, but you'll get access to all the Troma greats, past and present, at watch.troma.com. Folks, we are certainly living in the time of the miniseries. No, not that a lot of miniseries are being made today, but we're all stuck at home with a lot of free time on our hands, so why not revisit some of the best miniseries of the past? Not too long ago, we spotlighted Stephen King's The Stand in a super-sized Cinema Snob episode. But if we're going to look at more King miniseries, we have to start at the beginning with the first King miniseries, Salem's Lot, which aired on CBS in 1979. Like a lot of King TV adaptations, this 1975 400-page novel was certainly passed through a few different screenwriters' hands. Warner Brothers had the rights to make a film version out of the novel. The film's producer, Sterling Silliphant, attempted a draft, as well as Robert Getchell and Larry Cohen, who ironically did the film's sequel. But adapting it with a theatrical feature-length running time was proving to be a bust, so Warner Television took over, feeling that the property would be best suited for a miniseries. The teleplay was written by Paul Menashe, who'd previously produced Carrie for King in 1976. Naturally, some changes had to be made, such as omitting certain characters or even combining some characters. But with a large ensemble cast, the adaptation still retains its quirky yet haunted small-town atmosphere. Directing duties went to Tobe Hooper after producers were impressed with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which explains the miniseries' original title, Salem's Head Cheese. David Soul leads an all-star cast of characters as novelist Ben Mears, who goes back to his hometown in Maine to write a book on the Marston house, where something very evil and very James Mason is residing. That plot doesn't sound very Stephen King, and I'm not getting a real end-of-the-world apocalyptic vibe here, so I could probably just stand up and do this episode in front of the posters. Much better. Ow, my foot! The first part of this two-part miniseries aired on November 17th of '79, where viewers were treated to a night of horror and a night of cheer. See, already we are in beautiful Maine. Oh, sorry. Back then, we had to travel to Guatemala to get our clearest of colas, direct from Jesus. Oh no, we made a mistake. This is Pepsi Blue!
They found us again.
I don't know what's happening, but I'm assuming Dr. Pepper is after them. You can tell this is a King miniseries because M-O-O-N, that spells. How many times am I going to make this reference? I'm already predicting the twist. The evil was residing in the Bates house this whole time. And I can already tell this town is haunted. The credits aren't even over and the moon has already vanished. Also, R.I.P. Fred Willard. It didn't matter if I chose Salem's Lot for today's episode or the 1978 Space Force, it would have still been a very Fred week. It's weird to see the 2 years earlier credit, back when they used this gimmick sporadically and stylistically, as opposed to now, when every other movie you watch does it, because producers have zero faith in their product and in their audience's attention span. Ben seems to be scouting for possible locations to shoot the Myers house, but unfortunately, Walt Disney has already put in an offer and moved in. Sorry, but applicants need far more chest hair with that suit if they're gonna get this house. Damn it, I already know the title. This is also making up for the fact that today's movies don't even show you the title once. I love this town. This is a place where no matter where you go, it will have the best burger you've ever tasted. James Mason is antique store owner Richard Straker. I don't trust this guy. He got all his antiques from Leland Gaunt. You're better off visiting Crockett Realty. It's right next to Tubbs Automotive. And there's Crockett himself at... Holy shit, it's Michael McKeon! Fred needed a job here after the Silver Streak crashed through his office at Union Station. Instead, Ben has to stay at another house. Before James Mason, the Marston house had been vacant for 20 years because of this hideous blue beast living in the attic.
I heard that. We don't take kindly to James Marston references around these parts.
And in case you didn't know, this is James Mason.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Yes, I'm James Mason.
I love Ben. He's so 70s that whenever he takes a crap, it's wood-paneled. But something tells me he's really here to steal all the Lolitas from Richard. Hey, that's Bonnie Bedelia. Holy shit, Holly McRiggs! Ben notices Susan here reading his book. I do the same thing. I go to the park looking for anyone watching Cinema Snob episodes on their phone. And when I spot them, I scream at them, "That's a dick!" Anyway, I sense a love interest.
Which one was that?
Dinner.
I'd love to.
And then a haunted pig killed her with an axe. I'd like to think Stephen King wrote this book simply by lurking around James Mason's house. And why not? He's terrifying! James Mason needs no watchdog. James Mason has a James Mason. This whole town is strange. Hard to tell if this is Elisha Cook Jr. or Jeffrey Lewis. They're both in the same movie, proving they've been in the same room together. I'll just assume it's Jack Nance. Wait, hold on. I'm all caught up now. This is Jeffrey Lewis or Charles Cyphers. Damn it, this town is confusing. Meanwhile, that is the biggest J.J. Grossout Gombrowski fan. Well, I think I found the Leo Johnson of this town.
Well, don't get drunk. I want some fun in tonight. You know what happens when you drink too much.
That's a look that says, honey, my dick ain't gonna work either way. Anyway, in the Leland Palmer part of the story...
I don't mind telling you, she was quite a dish. We kids used to watch her sashaying down the street.
Well, perfect segue that I'm actually here to borrow some binoculars. And on top of that, he stole her mother's glasses. Something here has to break the tension on their date.
How long since, your wife died?
Perfect! Those are the magic words, I guess. Let's turn up the heat and get some steam off this water. I feel like every Unsolved Mysteries segment starts out like this. But just like any writer, you get distracted by one kiss, and suddenly you're Jack Torrance. Soon he'll scream at Mrs. Miller for bringing him a sandwich. Everyone here is having a stressful day. Fred has to tell the town to open the beaches because there's no way sharks are making it to Salem's Lot. Plus, he's got to arrange for some men to pick up a shipment for Richard. No need to take notes. No matter what it is, it's definitely gonna be evil, and I'm sure has nothing to do with his unseen business partner, Kurt Barlow. Wait, what's happening now? I think this miniseries just lost its $4 million budget.
1776. The winds of revolt swept through the township of Jerusalem's Lot.
It's Salem's Lot! And this is the 70s, so you know those are real loaded weapons. Doesn't matter where they are, everyone in this town looks like they're about to tell a story about how a man murdered his wife with a baseball bat 30 years ago. Look at these two, picking up garbage, cleaning the cemetery, probably talking about how 40 years ago a hobo got drunk and clubbed old Widow Jenkins with a bowling pin. I don't know who this guy is, but if this were directed by Mick Garris, he looks like he'd be played by Stephen King. But I do know who this is. That's Kenneth Macmillan, years before Stephen King wrote him off of a ledge. Much like with The Stand, every actor ever is in this movie, so I can't make references to them all. Hey, wait, was that Joe Bob Briggs? These two are doing a great job picking up James Mason's major award. It's a lamp made of the Wicked Lady's leg. And for the last time, I'm not Stephen King, I'm Barney McFadden. That crate is all freezing and moving around on its own, so naturally they want to open it. I'm sure there's nothing going on inside of town. Oh wait, on second thought, there is something going on in town. This is everything you ever needed to know about 1979 in one image. This is a world rich with memorable characters who all want Slappy the Dummy dead. Just as this restaurant is rich with taste. See?
Best burger I ever had.
Ben learns from his former teacher, Mr. Burke, not just about how evil the Marston house is, but also about the pet cemetery and that his brother Roland died in his car, Christine. Ben has his own past with the house, though. As a kid, he may have seen the ghost of former owner Hubie Marston, who may have been a child molester because the house attracts all kinds of evil. See, told you, Unsolved Mysteries episode. Though this opens up more questions.
But if a house attracts evil men, why did it attract me?
Because it collects souls, and that is literally your name! The best King miniseries deserves the highest caliber of jokes. Now let's take a commercial break so I can write down some more dandies.
Salem's Lot will continue.
As we return to the Snyder cut of Follow That Bird, I know someone else in this town who can make references.
What's this one?
It's Tall Man from Phantasm. I'm sure that movie will be on this show soon. He's a real horror fan. He's got Michael Caine's hand from The Hand on his wall. Dad, meanwhile, wants Mark to grow out of his horror phase. They're a sitcom family. Must be why every room in this house is filmed like the Partridge Family. But meanwhile, in the Silver Bullet part of the King-verse, boys, with this kind of wind and fog, the odds are 100% that you will run into a witch or some kind of mythical creature. Okay, well, $10 says it's Baby Huey in that thing. We got a monster around here killing kids. Do we really want to open up that crate? I've seen Creepshow. That'll make things worse. This is the kind of universe where everyone needs a beer after a long day of beering. Is Charles Nelson Riley banging your wife's hair? Grab a beer! Did your son survive a vampire attack and his brother is still missing? How about you grab 2 beers? Although the package delivery is really on point, Richard is going to add this to his collection. He collects very dangerous and jagged pieces of wood. It's a weird hobby, but you'll thank him when the vampires show up. Whoa, whoa, this isn't the Cuban cigars he ordered. Sounds like old Hubie Marston finally got a package delivered a little too late. There's drama elsewhere, though. Cully hears someone making sweet love to his bottles of Coors Light.
Well.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were in here with Dolomite. Carry on, you two.
He broke in and he tried to rape me.
He was.
Bitch, are you for real? This miniseries has everything. Vampires, James Mason, drama, cheating spouses. This satisfies my horror craving and soap opera craving. 2 important cravings when in lockdown. I'm sure they could talk things out. For instance, just how did this beer-drinking slob marry a model that he wished out of a poster on his wall? There was a big bro code in the 70s. If you sleep with a man's wife, then that man has the right to make you shit your pants. Would you like to borrow my shitting cup? Okay, well fine. Get killed. I'll just keep my shitting cup all to myself. There's a much happier romance going on at the lake. I'm only guessing they're having a better night than Bonnie and Cully.
Here comes Big Bad Bear.
You know, you two should probably go for a trial separation. What, Fred Willard? Good God, he's cock-blocking everyone! Look at this, you're giving this kid nightmares about having bad dates! Okay, I'm definitely the one who's gonna need a shitting cup.
God, that Creepshow skeleton was creepy even when he was a child.
See, this is why it was easy to kidnap people in the 70s.
I don't care if that is your brother. You do not let that thing in your house.
It's okay, though. The end of scene music cue will save him. For the love of God, that is not Georgie!
Well, anyway, aside from the dead guy, I'd say we had a really nice date. But seriously, though, this town is weird and it's gotta be someone's fault.
I think that my coming here has acted as a kind of catalyst, awakening evil in this town.
No, everyone in town already has their torches lit to chase Richard away. Don't blame yourself. Now there's another kid in the hospital, and he has a mom who has resting "what have they done to my baby" face. The whole town is helping out trying to find the missing Glit kid. Though I think they're mainly just searching for Richard's lost keys. Everyone here is so friendly, especially when Richard is under suspicion for looking like if Mr. Rogers had the death penalty for back-talking hand puppets. Look, Straker, we know half of the items in this office are made of bone. Just tell us where the Glick boy is.
Ciao, Constable.
Ciao?
That's a familiar Italian expression meaning goodbye.
Okay, if you're not mixed up with vampires, then you are definitely Hannibal Lecter.
They're all sure he has something to do with it. It seems a piece of his suit may have been found in the woods. And he's a creepy guy who lives in a house once owned by another creepy guy. But that ain't no excuse for touching anyone's daughter.
Now, everybody knows that you and Susan were up at the lake. And I think you respect Susan. I believe she respects herself. She could have been a little more discreet, right?
I'm sorry, sir. We'll go to a hotel next time.
Anywhere that's away from something terrifying. Got my shitting cup handy again.
For as much as people like to say Poltergeist looks 100% like a Spielberg movie, no, you can also tell Tobe Hooper directed it.
And if you didn't learn the first time not to let in Satan's hell-beast child that makes even Damien say that's a creepy fucking kid, you get what's coming to you. Unfortunately, Richard ran over about 30 other kids looking for an alibi for the death of this other dead kid. Sorry, ma'am, bedpan's full, and mine's about to be too. He's got better things to do. He's loaning Mark some black suits so he can try out a snobby horror show character. I think Richard's under suspicion, not just for the missing kid, but for every crime in a 20-mile radius.
Goodbye. Constable.
Unfortunately, we cannot arrest him because he's too damn cool, and I hear his shop is opening up soon. Too bad the prices will be too damn high! What's better priced?
The best damn burger-themed pinball machine you've ever played!
Susan has an interview in Boston due to her impressive portfolio. Wait, this is also the small town from Independence Day '83. Makes sense. We already saw Diane Wiest blow up poor Rob Lowe. Wow, what a great day so far. Oh, right, a funeral. This wouldn't have happened if Murray Fred Willard didn't demand to open the beaches. On the plus side, with it being such a windy day, the weather can push all of the dirt onto the grave. Man, God really hates this kid. Take that, you bastard, even in death. Hell, this is an angle that says, do I open the thing or do I just piss on it? The correct answer is, why not both? This little bastard used to knock over tombstones every weekend. Dude, close that thing! And yep, here it is. Our story continued for TV audiences 1 week later on November 24th, 1979, when the second part of the Salem's Lot miniseries aired. This gave viewers plenty of time to clean up that distinct shitting cup smell out of their homes, which unfortunately is still present in mine. And if viewers needed a reminder of what they were watching... The hell? I thought we were in Castle Rock.
Hey, did you hear about the guy shitting in his cup inside of a closet? Other people may be dead, but that guy's a loser.
Tommy Jarvis, meanwhile, is working on the theory that it could be the Wolfman who's terrorizing the town. While his parents are concerned about his obsession with horror movies, Dad is placing him under arrest for not having a single Oliver Reed Curse of the Werewolf picture. I'm just kidding. They're bonding over magic.
Hey, want to tie me up?
No, I don't think so.
Well, I can get out of any knot. Here, try me. Hands behind the back.
No, this is getting weird, son. Why can't you be normal like that Harold Lauder boy?
I can't explain it. It's the way I am.
I feel like I'm watching Stephen King's version of The Kid, where younger Stephen King is about to meet the older Stephen King. The cops are of no help. They're busy eating the most mediocre turkey sandwich you've ever had. Ben and Mr. Burke's dinner is way better. They're on round 2. Make it a double cheeseburger this time. Unfortunately, like most dinners in this town, it's ruined by gravediggers.
Energy for it.
Yeah, it could be that Mike was bit by a vampire, but this is just how he always is on a Friday night, bumming everyone out.
I found my dog dead. And there was the funeral yesterday.
You're being a downer, Mike. Although these marks on his neck prove that, yep, definitely ticks.
Have you been bitten by a vampire and are having night terrors about evil eyes and a thirst for blood? Put your head down and grab a beer.
And I can think of some other advice to give. Do not open that window. Because there is a shark boy outside of it. Good lord, these evil characters are so scary they make the Children of the Corn look like the Sandlot.
Open the window, Mark. Please. Let me in.
That's a whole lot of I'm telling Mom. Luckily, he scares him away by reminding him of that awful Assassin 33 AD movie. If he's crying now, wait until his Frankenstein obsession leads him to watch Frankenstein Island. No hot air balloon's gonna carry you to safety on that one. Also, son, your demon seed friend is scaring your mother. Tell him to cut that shit out.
You called out in your sleep.
I'm sorry.
Do you want anything?
Dad, could you not be the creepiest thing in my room of horrors? Again, there's not a whole lot of difference here. This is just what everyone in town acts like during their Saturday hangovers. With everyone comatose from vampirism, Ben can actually get some writing done. Good. At that pace, you'll finish that page in a week. I really feel bad for the side characters who need to be given some context for these conversations.
Well, hell no, I was a Baptist. Do you have a rosary or a crucifix?
Yeah, in my bedroom.
Oh, wait, you do? Why?
There's no town exorcist, so Ben's gotta go shake some of these people awake.
Mike, wake up.
He's fine.
My God, there's gotta be some way we can pin this on Richard.
Could he have died of a virus or something?
No, I don't hear Don't Fear the Reaper anywhere. It's gotta be something else. Get a real doctor in here.
Let the medical people check it out. Let them find the cause of death.
Yep, just as I thought. Poisoning from eating one of them out-of-town burgers.
Now, it could be ghosts, or witches, or vampires, but the evil soundtrack is again saying that Richard is somehow involved. And his shop is open, though.
Sounds like Norman Bates is his first customer.
Everyone in town is here, except for Bonnie Bedelia. She knows not to go into evil antique shops, despite this amazing collection.
English.
Georgian.
It's a fork. Any scene with James Mason is a friend of mine.
I've always been curious about that place.
Perhaps I can satisfy your curiosity.
Are you asking me on a date? Surprisingly, the scariest thing to happen to Ben today isn't Richard inviting him to the Marston house, it's this! Stephen King's doppelganger just beat the shit out of him for having an affair with his best lake. All things considered, he still looks great, just one knot on the head and no messed up hair. With this mystery still going on, the town is terrified. Scooby-Doo and friends will start running through the halls. Oh, thank God, just another vampire in a world of the most terrifying vampires I've ever seen. This is the direction it would have gone if there was a third Every Which Way But Loose movie. I think Mark gave him some horror movie advice on how to deal with the situation. Well, time to check the hospitals. Oh, you'll be fine. I'm on my third heart attack from watching this movie and I'm still kicking. Old Ned, meanwhile, is about to be visited by Randall Flagg to see if he can bump off Mark on behalf of Pennywise, or something far more terrifying. Good God, he suffered a death sentence by drowning in his own feces inside of his jail cell. Also, Barlow's back in town. That scene was so scary it caused characters in other locations to pass out from fear. Ben finds out that Ned is dead, which is good news. Ben will win that second fight when he goes to the morgue and punches Ned's body in the face. Although the morgue is closed, so he goes to Mr. Burke's room and punches him. Seems kinda dickish. More bad news, the radiation from the Day After set is affecting the churches. What's going on here? You know, it just occurred to me, if you think of Ben as adult Bob, this is kinda like Dr. Sleep to House by the Cemetery's The Shining. The real problem, though, is that Robbie Osmond Benson Partridge's horror obsession is causing the whole town to see monsters. Yeah, don't mind that. We live next to an L train. And don't look inside of that thing. I only have one shitting cup and it's already full. Jesus, on second thought, Mark does not want that life-sized Richard O'Brien action figure. Whoa, whoa, whoa. James Mason is evil? I would like to return the silver baking pans I bought at your shop. Thank you. Barlow is played by an uncredited Reggie Nalder, who's been in everything from The Man Who Knew Too Much to Mark of the Devil, and here he will be burned in your memory as the creepiest vampire ever. Ben couldn't be there because he finally got into that morgue.
I will fear no evil. Bill!
But it's proved to be far too scary to punch any of these monsters. Great, and now she's gonna kill children by luring them into candy houses. It doesn't take much to get rid of her. Everyone would rather disappear into nothing than gag when using a tongue dispenser. I, for one, am gonna take a break and kick myself for not thinking ahead of time to buy an air freshener. Oh, God. Oh, no. Fool me once.
Salem's Lot will continue.
Whew, that was crazy. We should probably do something about these vampires.
We have to get to Barlow during the day and drive a stake through his heart.
Rude!
What about Straker?
Nah, he's too cool. We'll leave him alone. Time to go to Plan B. Maybe we should just simply move out of this town into somewhere peaceful like Chester's Mill. But first, you read correctly. I need a beer. And vampires aren't the only thing happening here. Goddamn evil clowns! I think they actually are having a hard time of determining who is a vampire and who is just being lazy. If Ben's too busy messing with the police, I guess it's up to Susan to get killed on her own. Could you not? That's the house's dick. Oh, I'm sure this is just the kind of video tribute King was imagining when he wrote this book. She's interrupted before reading Ben's manuscript that says all burgers and too much beer make Ben a bloated boy.
Everyone in this town is creepy and drunk. Good God, maybe this is apocalyptic. I should have been reviewing this sitting on the ground. Too bad the ground is now covered in my shit. Again, Ben's still gone, so she's continuing on with getting herself killed. Leave whatever that is alone. Oh, it's just Mark returning those wooden stakes he borrowed from Richard for his Van Helsing cosplay. After deciding on whether or not to save the kid or just let him learn things the hard way, guess she should go in after him. She arrived at the right time. She just happens to have some business cards for a new maid service in her pocket. Oh great, look at the mess you made. Hey, at least some things are smart enough to get out of here. Nope, 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 nope. I think all the rats are wanting to leave. We've been stuck in here for weeks. Good God, get us some candy to chew on. Now where is that little brat? You're just wanting to stab anything, aren't you? I'm sure that together they can fight off this vampire. Well, I think we all saw this one coming. Oh, I'm sure Mark will be fine. Yes. Yes. Yes, you won't be fine. And I'm still James Mason. They're all on their own. There's no longer a police force because they're bumping up their Disneyland trip early. Ben's pissed he's leaving instead of confronting Barlow, but really, the sheriff would have just breathed gravy in Barlow's face, and that's not gonna work. Here, just shoot him in the dick, then we got a plan. But not before going to church and bottling up a liquid form of the opening scene. We're at the epic final standoff where Mark also wants to get the hell out of there, but doesn't want to look like a coward in front of Hutch. It's okay, even if Mark isn't in there at first. Ben has Mark's distinctive move of just wanting to murder anything. Well, he's making Richard and Barlow's job easier. And here is why James Mason needs no watchdog. Ah! Down, please! Ah! It was an honor to be killed by you, James Mason. Mason is wonderful in this, made even more awesome by how much you can really tell he loves playing this role. Having loved the script, Mason jumped at the opportunity to play the part and was even the producer's first choice for the role. And if you're saddened that his character is dead, don't worry, he gets resurrected as a cat.
Chloe!
Duffy?
I can't live without you anymore, Chloe.
Even with Richard gone, they can still die because, well, Mark can do some dumb things sometime. You idiot, you're embarrassing me, Mark. You're not gonna laugh at me for falling off the steps anymore, are you? Oh no, they found the room with the best dead bodies you could ever drink. And whether he's awake or asleep, you're still gonna be creeped the hell out by Barlow. And with his business partner being dead, it's up to Barlow to now be the face of the company, and I really don't know if I want to buy antique Coke bottles from this guy. Oh, despite the terrifying vampire getting his heart staked, that is no excuse to not look at the evil coming at you from behind! You should definitely just cut your losses and set the place on fire. Kudos to the production design, who designed the Marston house as a shell outside of a smaller house that was already on that location, although it might be getting a little hot in that smaller house at this point. We are all caught up now and back to the beginning of the movie. I love this film, so I for one don't mind that we're starting over. I am looking forward to seeing Ben and Mark as world-traveling vampire hunters. A lot's happened in 2 years. Mark changed his hairstyle, and Ben became Rutger Hauer. It's like it's a pilot movie setting up for a weekly Monster of the Week TV series. I would watch that. This is the episode where he has to stake his long-lost love. He's presented with quite the conundrum. She is terrifying, but a lot hotter than Barlow. Guess anyone would have to think about this. On second thought, nope, don't want my dick bitten by fangs.
Thus ends the best episode of the weekly Salem's Lot TV series that exists in my head, as well as the miniseries itself, one of the creepiest vampire movies ever made, and the greatest Stephen King miniseries of all time. The series was not only a hit with audiences and critics, which still makes it a beloved miniseries today, but that also means there's a sequel. Yes, the theatrically released A Return to Salem's Lot. I hear great things about that one. Barlow's on the cover, and surely the cover wouldn't lie. The original '79 Salem's Lot also had a shortened version on video, with a limited theatrical release in Europe. The movie was shortened to 112 minutes, and even had alternate versions of some scenes, like Crockett having the shotgun put in his mouth this time. A lot of video stores carried this version, which is the first one I saw as a kid. And since it is a King miniseries, that means it had to be remade in this 2004 version, where Nick Andros faked his own death and moved to Salem's Lot to learn to speak and fight vampires. I'm sure Lloyd approved of that version.
And now it's time for another bonus Rob Lowe-centric 911 Lone Star clip of the week.
Oh, no. You do not want to see me lie down.
And this has been a bonus Rob Lowe-centric 911 Lone Star clip of the week. Give me season 2, I'm losing it over here.
Oh, and I think they're remaking it again, because of course they are. Oh boy, that was such a great miniseries. I think I'd like to continue on with some more miniseries. I think David Soul was in some around that time. What's a good David Soul series?
My orders are to stop you.
This time, the game couldn't be stopped.
Wait, that looks familiar. Is that... Oh God, it's finally happening. World War III is here. I'm just gonna get down on the ground with my shitting cup.
Look at him!